Good evening and welcome to another episode of Haunted Homemaking.
It's the holiday season. Don't you just love the holidays?
I do love the holidays, Jackie. And between the delicious food, the tradition, and the seasonal depression that is engulfing my everyday activity, it is definitely my favorite time of year.
What's seasonal depression?
That's a good question. Maybe you should ask Oz.
Oz? Okay.
So, to kind of kick off the holidays, I'm going to be making some stockings, which are a great addition to any kind of holiday decor. And to make it even more special, I'm going to be using some scrap fabric and trims I have laying around. And with that being said, let's begin.
I tried to ask him about it, but he was just standing there staring out the window.
That sounds about right. So to start off, of course, I'm going to be making a pattern that I can cut from. And my idea is that I want each stocking to resemble a member of the family. And of course, I'm going to ask them what they want their stocking to look like, starting with Bobby G. Bobby G, what do you want your stocking to look like?
I don't really care what my stocking looks like, as long as people know that it's mine and they keep their grubby little mitts out of it.
I think we can work with that.
Those are my gifts.
Let's begin. Using chalk, I'm going to trace my stocking template to this ghostly off-white damask fabric, then cut out the two sides to sew. I'm now cutting out the welt from an off-white felt. I'll then sew the welt to each stocking side before attaching both together. To really encapsulate Bobby G, I'm using black felt and hot glue to create his sheet ghost facial expression. Since I'm making 5 stockings, this video may get pretty repetitive, so I figured I would share some haunted homemaking character lore with you. Bobby G, full name Robert Geist, is a sheet ghost who lives in our haunted home. Bobby G, what's a fun fact about you?
This one time, I made the biggest snowman in the whole town, but then it rolled down the hill and it hit a car and it caused a 36-car pile up and people were stranded for days. I got scared and ran away. We weren't allowed to play on that hill anymore after that.
That is very impressive. Oh, looks like we're done with the first stocking. Let's take a look. All right, Bobby G, so this is your stocking. What do you think?
It's not very big. Are you sure people are going to know that it's mine?
I think people are definitely going to know it's yours, Bobby G.
All
right, Jackie, what do you want your stocking to look like?
I want my stocking to be orange and green, because those are my favorite colors.
Hey, you're orange and green.
Yeah.
For Jackie's stocking, I'm using a bright orange textured fabric from an old tablecloth with green for the welt. I found when using solid colors to make the body of a stocking, it could look a little blocky, and if you want a more extravagant look, using some textures in combination with your trims will get you there. Now it's the same process as before. This time I'm cutting out a few jack-o'-lanterns to represent Jackie. So, I love trim. Amongst other things, I am a trim hoarder, and when I saw that I had this sparkly golden trim, I knew it would tie everything together in a neat holiday bow. What's a fun fact about you, Jackie?
I can sing opera. I'm an opera singer, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that. You'll have to show us sometime. Looks like we're done with your stocking though, so let's take a look. Alright, Jackie, here's your stocking. What do you think?
Wow! Now that's what I call representation.
I am so glad you like it, Jackie. How about we move on to the next stocking? Alright, Melton John, what do you want your stocking to look like?
Don't care. The insides, they're all the same anyway.
That is a beautiful message. Let's get started on that stocking. When I saw these snowflake placemats deep in my fabric stash, I knew I had to use them for Melton John's stocking. Paired with some furry fabric, this was definitely a stocking representative of the Yeti himself. All right, Melton John, here is your stocking. What do you think?
Oh, wow. Really did something there. What is that, a snowflake? Really shook things up with that selection. Wait a second. Is that my fur right there?
You know, I'm not really sure, but Bobby G gave me this material and he says he has a lot in his stash, whatever that means.
In his what?
All right, let's get started on the next stocking. So the next stocking is Oz's stocking, and unfortunately, he cannot be here because he is doing the very important task of gathering all the materials I need for the upcoming holiday special. but I have a good feeling I know what he likes. So, with that being said, let's get started. When I think of representing Oz into a stocking, I think of his signature green suit, and unfortunately I couldn't match an exact green shade, so this lush dark green velvet will have to do the trick. To make up for that though, I'm going to hot glue a spiderweb pattern to his stocking, which can be seen on his vest pocket. Since the fabric I'm using for the welt is scalloped, I'm not going to put myself through sewing that and just going to opt to gluing it to the top. While turning the stocking inside out, I'm using tweezers to try to get that curled tail to come out. Much harder than it looks. So here is Oz's stocking, and I think I nailed the resemblance pretty well from the green to the spiderweb detailing. Now the final stocking I have for tonight is my personal favorite. It is the Haunted House Husband. So with that being said, let's begin. All right, my sweet, sweet husband, what would you like your stocking to look like?
I want my stocking to look like the ones from those catalogs. Though I'm sure the one that you come up with will be 1,000,000 times better.
You know, I think I can do that. Let's get started. As far as the stockings I'm making for this episode, the Haunted House Husbands is the most intricate. Not necessarily hard, but has a lot of time-consuming components to its design. To really make this haunted house shape convey that it's, well, a haunted house, I'm using gold felt to make the windows. Now, the haunted house husband is the entire house we live in. He is an entity whose face is obscured. With a loud, booming voice, he definitely keeps us together. Literally. So here is the haunted house husband stocking. What do you think?
It's magnificent. Truly a splendor for the eyes.
Wow, you have a way with words.
I love it.
Thank you for joining us on this very silly episode of Haunted Homemaking. I hope you enjoyed, and the next time will be our holiday episode. Bobby G, you ready for the holiday episode?
Am I ready? I'm ready to get some gifts. Santa, if you're watching this, I've been a very good ghost this year. So I expect to see a pretty good return on those presents.
Anyway, thank you again for joining us. Please take care of yourselves and see you next time.